Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Joanna Radwan, and it's interesting because some time ago I was trying to do some video in English, and there was some, how do you say that? There were some problems, like YouTube didn't want to accept that, and I'm just watching how it goes now. So yeah, I'm going to try in English because there are some people in my world who really need the answers, and they will be happy to understand what I'm going through and how can they have this knowledge and use it in their lives. Because when something is happening with us in those times that are coming now, and we don't know what is happening with our energy, which is awakening, we are getting confused, and sometimes our mind is taking us to the place that we are getting lost, depressed, don't know what is happening. So I will try to talk about happiness on this video, and I will try to talk about my view of happiness and what happiness really is from the very beginning, like I was understanding happiness till the moment which I see the truth in me now. So as we are going through a work through awakening process, as we are going through some hard times in our life, we start to understand that we are not happy because we are facing things that are showing us that happiness is not what we have. Happiness is not who we think we are. So as I was growing in my life, I always knew and always had this kind of connection to God. So I was happy in myself, even though I was going through very hard times in my childhood. As I grew up and I was doing my work and I was facing all of that traumas and stories, I was in a very low moment and disconnected from the source. And those times were very difficult for me. And I was asking God where you are at the moment. But this is like the lesson we are taking. And this is like dying. And in the process of dying, I know it may be funny for you, or I didn't expect that I will be talking about dying when I talk about happiness. But actually, this is how it works with me. When I start to talk about emotions, when I start to talk about some stuff I have prepared before I sat on this chair and I started to talking to you. So there are some information that are showing in me just in the moment, in this present moment, and I'm following that. So yes, when we are going through our process, we are facing hard times. Sometimes we think like we are dying. And the process of dying is very necessary, like our inner self is changing. Our perspective of who we are is changing. Like the layers of our existence are just taken out from us. What is happening? Why is it happening? Because we know who we are deep inside in our hearts. We know that we are immortal souls living in the bodies, and we are going through the process to understand who we think we are. And the process of growing is like never-ending story. And finally, we will reach to the point that we are so connected with our soul, that we are so connected with our heart, that we changed. And actually, that's the reason of dying. That's the reason that the hard times, if you are facing hard times and difficult moments and depression in this time, like what we call depression. This is a blissful moment in our lives, and I'm talking that from my perspective because I was going through those very difficult times in my life. But the perspective is changing when you know that it is good for you, when you know that you will be reborn in a super new image, that you will see life from super different perspective, and that will be your heart perspective. You will become more heart-centered person for yourself and for others, because that is the reason we are facing hard times. And this is kind of like, as we are growing in our evolution and we are following our path, the old self is disappearing. Like the old habits we had, they are just disappearing. We don't have to force ourselves to change. This is kind of interesting, like this is super new perspective. Like when you follow your heart, you are on totally different way. When you are forcing yourself to change yourself, like from the mind perspective, you will be always unhappy, because ego will never be satisfied what you are reaching in the outside world. When you are going into yourself, like all this energy that you are this energy, and you are starting to connect with your center more and more, like every day, facing yourself. And this is so beautiful when you are just like, your energy is going back to your heart, and all of the stories are integrating in your heart. So if you are going to your center and you start to look at the world from that perspective, you don't have to force yourself to change. Yes, you have to do things, but you are doing things from different perspective. Your intention is hard. And love is the action. So actually love is not like, this is not like, sometimes people thinking and asking me, so yes, I will accept what is happening, because we talk a lot about acceptance. I will accept that, and then what? Like I sit in a couch and watch TV, and I accept that and all is good. So this is like kind of ego playing with us, because the true love is not this understanding. And you will know that. This is just like, I can talk to you those words, and you can listen, like all cells of your body will listen that. And you know that there is something real in my words, because I talk through my experience. I'm not talking because I read some books and I was watching somebody who was talking like me at the moment. Actually, this is what I am experiencing in my life, my whole life. What was amazing story. So I will go back now to this heart-centered. So we are facing the world differently. We accept the reality. We are going through hard times, and sometimes it's like we are feeling that we cannot move in our life, and this is also necessarily. Like we really need to understand how to use our energy, and understand that there are times in our life that we have to let go, and we have to let ourselves to totally disconnect from the past. And this needs time. Time is helping us here. So sometimes there is moments in life that like we have to, we might think that we are missing the life, that something is missing, that we should do more things, because we should help people, because world needs us, and all these stories. It will come to you naturally. It will come to you when you open, when life will open to you. This is quantum energy which is opening for you. So when the space will open for you, you will know that. And actually you are the one who is opening that space when you will be ready, when you will be safe in your heart to do things more and more from totally different perspective. Not from mind perspective and ambitions you had before. This ambition is totally different, because this ambition is just about being. It's more about being yourself. It's more about loving who you are, and it's more about being curious who can you become when you follow this new path you are choosing now, rather than doing things, chasing for something. So this is totally different. So this is what I call happiness. In my perspective, the happiness is coming from our inside. The happiness is coming from our heart. This inner peace is coming from our heart. And this is when we start to connect with our soul. We start to connect with our creator or universe or God. You can call it whatever you want. And I'm not talking about religion. I'm not a religious person. My religion is love. My religion is my soul. So you start to be totally different person. And time is very helping you at this time. Like the moments every day. Just let yourself feel. Let yourself feel the energy I'm channeling you at this moment. Because I have a connection with my soul. I have a connection with my universe. And actually what I'm doing now, it's connecting you with your universe. I'm not trying to sell something, like create a religion or create some kind of new secta. Yes, my goal is to show you that there is other way for life, and it's not easy, because it's totally hard to change, because our mind had so many habits. We went through so many hard times in our life and in other lifetimes. So we are like this cosmic energy, which is just like ready and shaking to be awakened in us. That's why sometimes our life is totally broken, because something has to be destroyed. Something has to be broke if you want to see the new. If you want to create something new. And sometimes you can even think like, our ego is talking to us, I didn't want that, I didn't ask for it. And I was like this sometimes as well. But deep in my heart, I knew it's helpful. Deep in my heart, I knew that I am becoming a new person after this experience. So I'm holding your hand right now, because we are going through all this together. We are one. We are walking through this path all together. And we are born here to help each other, to discover this new way of being. This is totally different. This is a new way of being. And we are doing this right now. And right here. Take some few deep breaths and let go of energy, which is sometimes some emotions arises. We can just let go it from our body, connect with our heart. So I like to do this kind of pause after my talking. I like to stop talking and let it integrate in you. If this video will show up on YouTube, I will go with another one. Let's see how it goes. I'm not forcing anything, so yeah. Let's see. Namaste.